Hi, I'm Stephen Cronin. I'd like to thank you, my friend, for joining me here today. And this is going to be a simple watercolour landscape painting. Typical Highland scene in north of Scotland. Starting off with a bit of raw sienna. I'm just going to bring that down to the bottom of the paper. And clean the brush and take a bit of ultramarine. Incidentally, apologies, I know I didn't post anything last week. I forgot to say I was on holiday. I meant to mention it in the end of my last video, but I forgot all about it, so sorry about that. That's just raw ultramarine. I'm going to clean the brush and take on a little bit of alizarin crimson and Payne's grey. And then I'm going to put a few little clouds in. I can go up there somewhere, a bit more crimson. So I'm going to pop a little bit up there as well. And bring these down to the bottom. Alizarin crimson. Payne's grey, ultramarine. Even a little bit of tissue just to take out a few more little white clouds, try and create a bit more texture in the sky. That's what I'm going to do with that. Brush a bit more in from the sides. And then what I'll do, you just see a little blob of water there, so I'm just going to get around that by pretending it's a little white cloud. Right then, that's all we need for the sky. So I'm just going to put in the distant hills and mountains, so same sky colours, just taking a bit of everything. And then it'll start somewhere like that. They're the most distant ones. And then what I'm going to do, because I want the closer ones stronger, I'm going to dry it, but before I dry I'll just pull it tight because the paper's stretched a little bit, just so that it's flat against this piece of plywood that I use, 9mm straight from B&Q. Give that a quick dry. When I put the next layer on, it'll just go on stronger, thicker mix. So because the foreground will be a bit darker, it will just help create a bit more sort of light, sense of light. So I've just dipped the corner in the pairs into the water, just to bring them all together, to get me chisel edge. And I'm just going to, again, I'm just mixing a bit of everything, but I'm really quite a dark mix. Payne's grey, ultramarine. And we've got some land up there. You can see, because I've dried it now, it's gone on a lot stronger. See how it contrasts nicely with the distant hills and mountains. Let's come down something like that. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. Again, I'll just dip the tip in just to loosen everything up, loosen the paint so it comes off the brush nice. No water swishing around the palette, just enough water to hold all the hairs together really. So I end up with something like that. And this bit is coming down. Push that up a bit. load the brush, want plenty of paint. It's nice and dark, so it's almost sort of silhouetted against this light in the sky. To get that darker, there's no point in putting any more paint on while it's wet. To get it dark, I'd have to dry it and then put it on again. So let's just give that a quick clean. Because it's dry now, you're sort of putting on another layer of paint, and the more layers you put on, the darker it'll get. It'll get darker each time you put a succession of another layer on. So you can see now it's that colour, and now it's getting darker still. Just mixing alizarin crimson, raw sienna, just mixing them all those sky colours. I've only used 4 colours in this one. Very simple scene. This would be a good one for beginners to have a crack at. It's got really dark now. So, I'll tell you what I did forget to do. I was going to darken that one there as well. So let's go back. Get some of that mix on again. Just alizarin, ultramarine, Payne's grey. Let's darken this one as well. See, because it's dry now, it's going on nice and thick. And what I'll do, I think we just need a little bose or something to give it a focal point. I'm going to have to dry it before I put that on. I haven't dried the whole thing, just this little part here, because this is where I'm going to stick my boat. So I need to find my little rigger brush there. And I just want it just slightly damp, and all I'm going to do, find out where I want my boat to go, little yacht, and I'm just going to take out a triangular shape. And I'm going to dab it with a tissue, and it'll just create this like a little white sail, just to give the impression of a little boat on there on the horizon. And obviously the smaller you can make it, the sort of grander the scale of the scene will be. So I think that's all I'm going to do for that one. Very simple little scene. I don't think my let's have to put my name down now. I'm just going to do it very small. I normally put my name on the opposite side, so where you put your focal points just out of the way. Naturally, I put it over there because there's the focal point. But I don't think it wouldn't stand out because it's too dark. So that's the reason I've stuck it there. Maybe a little. Make sure my hand's clean. There's always room for a little 3 little birds there flying. I'm going to call that one finished. Let's see what it looks like with the mount on. So here's our little painting with the mount on. So if you go and have a closer look at it. As I said before, I think this would be a good one for beginners to start with, because it's a very simple composition. Starting with the sky. It was just simple raw sienna initial wash all the way down the bottom, and then a bit of ultramarine in there as well, and that came down again, reflected into, although you can't really see a fat lot of it really, it is there. Clouds were a mix of alizarin crimson and Payne's grey. Could have done with one side being more dominant, so you got the same sort of mass either side, it don't quite look right. I should have made this one bigger, maybe this one smaller, or vice versa, or maybe just even had just the one cloud. As it is, you can see two very similar masses, and so it never looks right like that. The distant land put in same sort of very weak tone, just to try and emphasise the distance. And then you can see that in contrast, as we've come further forward, this land here then put on darker. Remember, I had to dry the paper before I would put that in. Also, 2 washes with a dry in between, just to create this dark land mass in the foreground here. Dark to contrast against the lighter one here, and also to try and sort of emphasise the light. And then this little boat there, just simply damp the paper with a rigger brush and then take the paint off with a tissue to reveal the white paper beneath, just to create a sort of sail shape. And then finally we've got our 3 little birds there flying away. So that's it for today. Many thanks for watching. Any questions, please ask, keep practicing, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video.